It's been too long, right? I know you guys are irritated. Everybody's like, so when's your next pen review? When's your next pen review? I'm like, I don't know. I've been so lazy. I've been so lazy. I'm so sorry. But I have been so bad about doing these reviews lately. And I've got a few pens here that I need to look at with you guys, especially the one that I'm going to show you today, which is the Pelikan M600 Art series, and this would be the Glauco Cambon. Not really sure if I am pronouncing his name correctly. I probably am not. Let's look at all the materials that the pen came in so I can show you examples of what exactly I'm talking about. As you can see, the pen came in this pretty big box. Let me take this outer sleeve off because the packaging is actually quite nice. So you go. It's the box within the box. So as you can see, this is part of this special Pelikan art collection. And so this actually opens up. And inside there's a very useful booklet. There is a plastic sleeve that the pen came in, as well as the little tag that's always attached to the clip. This part actually comes up. So let me do this. This actually comes up, and underneath is the booklet that comes with this pen. Gives you a little more information about this pen and what exactly it's about, because it's an art series. They're focusing on a particular artist. So Glauco Cambon, he actually designed a poster for a poster competition for Pelikan to advertise their pen. So you have this booklet, and you have this print of the poster itself. So this is the poster that the pen is based on. So it was designed in 1909, and as you can see, it kind of has, it has a nice design flair. Cambon was an Italian artist, and at the time, the Italians have always been very forward in their art making. So this is actually, it's reflected in his work. So I just love the repetition of all of the pelicans in the different colors, and then what the pen is about, which is, let's take a look at the pen. So if you look at the barrel, what is being mimicked here is the reflections of the water, the ripples of the water, and the colors of the birds. So here, I'll hold that up and put this next to it. So the colors aren't exact, but you can't expect Pelikan or the manufacturers or like whatever. You can't expect them to make a complete spot on facsimile. I mean, it's not possible. So let's do this. But the idea is totally there, and it is totally communicating what Cambon did. Inside the booklet, it gives you some history about Cambon's contribution to Pelikan and information about the artist and the art collection and the poster series. So I kind of think this is cool because I feel like this image right here kind of gives us a peek at what the possibilities that the art collection will have, because this is going to be a series. So it's not just going to be Cambon. There's going to be other artists featured in this. I mean, that could be a cool pen, right? Look at those colors. So I'm really excited about that. I would really love to see what Pelikan's going to do next, what artists they're going to feature. But right now, we're going to, here's another good image of it. But right now, we are going to focus on the pen that is based on Glauco Cambon and just look at its beauty, because this really is a beautiful pen. I've got to wipe down the barrel because, I mean, my fingerprints all over it. So I don't want to present it to you guys and it looks horrible, right? I mean, we want a nice looking pen to look at. Oh, that's better. So what you are seeing here is a little different from the M600s that you've seen in the past. Most M600s, the barrel is some sort of resin, it's striated and all that. But what you're seeing here, this is a brass barrel, and there's a little weight to the pen. You can really feel it when you're holding it. And over that there's a guilloche with some coloring. And from what I understand, there's about 10 coats of clear lacquer over that. There's a lot placed into the creation of this pen, lots of details. Of course, you have the pelican. Let's see if you can see that better. The pelican on the finial, the pelican bill clip, the 2 rings at the bottom of the cap that says Pelikan Silver on, and of course, the end of the barrel, which is a piston filler with the 2 gold rings as well. Underneath here, we've got a beautiful, that beautiful Pelikan duotone 14 karat gold nib, and this nib is a fine nib, and it wrote beautifully. I'm not really a fine nib type of person, but I can appreciate a fine nib, especially if it writes as well as this nib. And I have to say, regarding Pelikan, I don't believe I have ever had a bad writing Pelikan before. And I've got a few Pelikans. And this is no different. I mean, I inked it up and wrote with it, and it writes beautifully. Just beautiful nib. Does the pen post? Well, yes, of course. The M600s always post very nicely. This is actually my preferred Pelikan size, the M600. For me, it is perfect for my hand size. I know a lot of people out there appreciate the M800s, even the M1000 more than the M600, but it does seem like Pelikan always puts out their special edition pens as an M600. I'm not sure why. My only theory is because the M600 is kind of in the middle of the road between, you go down to the tiny little, I want to say M200s, M400, and then all the way up to M1000. Well, this is right smack dab in the middle. So that way it's appropriate for many hand sizes. So if you're a person who prefers the M800 as opposed to the M600, well, I guess you're just out of luck. It does have a piston filling system. It does write very nicely. It holds quite a bit of ink. It's just a very enjoyable pen. The pen itself is an art piece. So, well, let's take a look at the official unboxing and inking and writing sample of this pen, and I'll come back and we'll talk about the price and where you can find this pen. I wanna live right now. Baby, I'm as young as the night. I wanna dance right now. On the floor, I feel so alive. Don't stop, turn it up. 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 Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We're going hard. Pour some more into my cup. Sparkling star. Crystal glitter all over. Get in my car. Let's go to my favorite club. Rich like a queen. All my clothes are designer. Life is a dream. Don't wanna wake up from her. Strawberry cream. My lips taste just like sugar. Come here to me. You look like an amateur. I wanna live right now. So there was a lot of steps to opening up that box, right? And just seeing, although the box contents this time around, it does feel like it's a little more simplified than some of the special editions of the past, but I do really like the catalog that comes with it, or the brochure, or whatever you want to call it, and the little mini poster of the artwork. So I just, it's a nice touch. So let's take a look at the pen with the poster again. I'm really a fan of this. It's a really nice pen. I don't know if this is a pen that, as time passes, if this will appreciate in value. I don't know. All I can tell you is that this pen is available at Applelboom. By the way, thank you Yost Applelboom for sending this over so I could try it out. So just so you know, this is on loan to me to try and enjoy. In fact, it's been on loan to me for a few months now. Yost hasn't said anything about wanting it back yet, so I've just been enjoying it. So this pen is available over at Applelboom for about $550 US. Now, you get a piston filler with a brass barrel, guilloche, with 10 coats of lacquer over that. It's a very tasteful piece. It's a very beautiful pen. I honestly think $550 is not bad for a pen of this caliber. Especially, it's a collector's series. You know, if you plan on doing this series with more artists coming around in the future, I really think that, you know, if you were going to set a pen budget, because I know a lot of us do that. We set pen budgets. You know, some of us don't set a pen budget. I'm not speaking about myself. I actually do kind of set a budget. I mean, it usually happens like I see a pen that comes out. I'm like, I need that pen in my life. And then I start masterminding a plan to get that money together to get the pen. And that's usually how I set my budget. I'm like, okay, that pen. So yeah, it's funny how over time, as you're collecting pens, how you buy pens, how that changes. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, when I first began, I know this is going completely off topic, so you know, you can fast forward through this, or you know, whatever, you can listen to it. It's not, at least it's not a rant today. I'm not ranting about something, being upset. I'm really not upset with this pen at all. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So, but I'm just saying, in the beginning, you know, you're trying to absorb every single thing about fountain pens, you know, inks, pens, you know, buying a bunch of pens, buying a bunch, you know, of different pens to try. And it's funny, is like after a certain amount of time, you kind of start narrowing down exactly what you like, exactly what you want to spend your money on. And then you get, you know, it's more about the quality over quantity. So that's been my experience. Your experience can be completely different from mine. I'm just saying, it's so interesting. So that being said, I really don't even know where I'm going with that. So I think where I was going with that was that I'm not, you know, as a collector, I'm a little more choosy with the pens that come into the collection, especially when I'm going to spend my hard-earned money for. And $550, I think, is a fair deal for this Pelikan Glauco Cambon Art Series pen. And if I were going to save up my money to get this pen, I would. Instead of just for using $550 to buy like a bunch of TWSBIs or, you know, platinum varsities, stuff like that. So, okay, well, that's really all I have to say about this pen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry it's been so long. I do appreciate your patience. You have no idea. But I mean, if you keep up with things that I have going on, I mean, I'm constantly posting to Instagram, you know, with reels and images and stuff, because I'm a very visual person, and that seems to be where my interests go, is to post images and small videos to Instagram. I've also been doing a fun new live show. It's a YouTube live show with my friend Lori Tata. We've been doing a new show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, called Juicy Broads. So if you do Juicy Broads in the search, we have our own YouTube channel now. So every Monday you can catch us talking about all things pens, as well as other things, you know, notebooks and pretty much anything pen related. So be sure to check that out. And that's really all I have for this video. So thank you for tuning in. And that's how the ink flows. Don't stop, turn it up.